Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good, good
Good
morning.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. So, in our third unit, yeah, good morning. Good morning. So, in our third unit, acquiring editing skills, today I will be taking the topic of um, punctuation, and then I will be taking a topic of cohesion and coercion. That is very important topic. That will help you in getting the flow in your writing skills. Okay, so without wasting any time, let me start with my presentation.
Sorry for interruption, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
could you please repeat again about project? Because that day now we all in the sitting taking a lecture in a college. So the surrounding was not a proper. So your voice coming not a proper way. So
Okay,
that's the
okay,
problem.
okay, okay. The project that I have given was to make a poster, and you have to make a poster or a jingle or an advertisement, which is in a print form, not in any video form, for any product that you have, either your family business or something, or you can create in your mind also, even if there is no business, like you can do that. Okay, it can be a hypothetical one which you feel like in future you want to have that business, maybe an academy, or maybe a boutique, or maybe a parlor, or maybe a grocery shop, or maybe some restaurant. Okay, so you have to make an advertisement pamphlet type of thing where you will be making a writing a slogan. Okay, so that it can attract your potential customers towards you.
Ma'am.
try
Thank,
to
thank you,
make
ma'am.
it try to make it so nice, so that just by looking at it, at least somebody would like to give you one chance of trying. And further, though, once they come to you, it's your product that will be able to hold them with you. Okay, all right. So today's topic, as I said, we'll be dealing with punctuation. Okay, uh, in our writing skill, punctuations are very very important because they give the clarity to your write up. Whatever you have written, we use sometime full stop, exclamation mark, question mark, semicolon. There's so many punctuation marks. Okay, parenthesis, dash, hyphen. So we will have to deal with all of them today, because without them, if you don't use proper punctuation marks, your full write up may have a totally different meaning. In effective communication 1 also, if you remember, I have given you few lectures on punctuation, where if you are putting a wrong punctuation at the wrong place, the meaning of the sentence becomes totally different. So you have to be master in punctuation, because you don't want to land up in a very uh, funny situation. Okay, you don't want to just goof up, right? So today we'll be talking about all the punctuation marks: apostrophe, colons, commas, dash, ellipsis, exclamation mark, hyphen, parenthesis, period, question mark, quotation mark, semicolon. So what are these basically? Full stop, you are aware, whenever the sentence ends, you have to put a full stop. That means your one thought is ended. Okay, this is the most popular punctuation mark in your text. You always use this after the end of the sentence. So I don't need to tell you more on this. Comma also, you are aware of comma. A comma usually conveys us a pause in a sentence, to show where a person would stop while uttering a sentence. And as written language represents speech, comma helps us in mimicking the rhythm of the sentence, and it does that in two levels: those of words and also phrases, because it tells us where to stop, where not to stop. For example, if I say she sells milk, bread, fruit and vegetable in her grocery shop, so here I have put comma between the items: milk, bread, fruits and vegetable. When I use and, that means that's the last list of that, last word of that list. Got it? Now, if I say, uh, commas basically, they make the meaning clear also. Sometimes they commas are used when you have another, you know idea that is coming up in the sentence. Okay. For example, stop. I'll write it for you. Comma ka, because it is very important to understand. Writing portion I will do it here, because I have kept specially a board for you where I will be able to write all those sentences. For example, if I say stop and then comma, a thief, this is first sentence. And if I say stop a thief without any comma, so both the meanings are different. Okay, both the sentences have different meaning because there is one thing added here, and that is a comma, and one thing is missing here, that is a comma. Both the sentence, they convey different meaning. Stop a thief, that means you are telling somebody to stop because there is a thief. In the second sentence, you are telling somebody to stop a thief. Stop a thief, that means you are telling somebody, please stop that thief who is running away, or whatever is the case. So the meanings are different in both the cases. Okay, now let's move back to the third thing, question mark. You are all aware of the question marks. Whenever we have to ask something, we put a question mark, isn't it? Question mark is, when you interrogate somebody, when you ask a question, all those interrogative sentences you are aware of, like where are you going, what happened. So all these sentences will end with a question mark because you are asking something. Then exclamation mark means, what is an exclamation mark? When there is a lot of emphasis on something and there is a lot of emotion attached, whether it is emotion of happiness, whether it is emotion of anger or sadness or excitement. All right, so all these sentences will have exclamation. Ouch, hey. So that means there are emotions, and all these sentences have to be annotated properly. Whenever intonation should be proper, because if there is an exclamatory sentence, you cannot say that sentence in a plain tone. You cannot say, hey, I got first prize. That's so plain. There is no emotion. This means emotions are there. You will definitely say, hey, I got a promotion. You have some excitement in you. You are excited. You are either sad, oh, I lost my watch. That means आपको क्या करना है? Whenever there is an exclamatory sentence, you have to stress on vowels. Stress on vowels. अब आप बोलोगे ये क्या आ गया? Vowels you are aware of, A, E, I, O, U. Say if the sentence says, oh, I lost my watch. Okay, this is the sentence. Oh my God, she won the first prize. She won the first prize. So अब इसमें vowel कहाँ पे? Let me just be very very clear with you all. Vowels जो हैं, जैसे कि 1 second, एक तो ये आ गया, यहाँ आ गया, यहाँ आ गया, यहाँ आ गया, ठीक है. यहाँ पे क्या है? ओ, शी, इसमें पूरे में उसमें यहाँ पे है, ठीक है. Alright, so how are you going to say the sentence? Oh, I lost my watch. Oh, that means आपने O को stress किया. Oh, you have stressed O. Oh, I lost my watch. तो I को भी stress कर सकते हो आप. Depend कि आपको किसको stress करना है. Oh, I lost my watch. तो इसको भी आप stress कर सकते हो, depending. और आप ऐसे भी बोल सकते हो, oh my God, she won the first prize. She won. तो इसमें आपको जितने भी वावल्स होंगे उनको स्ट्रेस करना होता है, तो फीलिंग्स आपकी उभर के आती हैं. अदरवाइज आपकी फीलिंग छुप जाती है, और अगर आपकी फीलिंग्स छुप जाएंगी तो आप एक प्लेन टोन में बात करोगे विच विल नॉट एक्साइट एनीबडी. Oh, I lost my watch doesn't make any sense. Oh, I lost my watch. Now it makes some sense because you have put some emotion in the vowels in the sentence. Okay? Whenever there is an exclamation sign in a sentence, you have to raise your voice to show the matching emotion. अभी ऐसा भी नहीं है कि you are sad, then you will be using a different, oh, he lost his father. So definitely you will not be happy. You will definitely now calm down. Oh my God, he lost his father. So this is how you will be, talking. Proper emotion and proper place. Got it? Now, quotation marks, you are aware when somebody is talking and whatever, quote unquote, that means whatever he has spoken, exactly the same words you are trying to tell us. That is also used in direct speech. That's also used in direct speech. You are aware, direct and indirect speech. So whenever we are reporting the direct speech, then we remove the quotation marks and we use other tools like that, and we change the sentence little bit of grammar, then changes into, now changes into then, and all, tomorrow, today changes into that day. So there are so many changes that we do while we may convert a sentence from a direct to indirect sentence. That means when we remove the quotation marks. So but you should be very well aware how to use the quotation marks, because sometime when you are writing, you have to directly quote somebody, whatever that person, whatever words that person has spoken, just ditto. So when you have to reproduce something ditto, you have to put them in the quotation marks. That means you have not added a single word in that write up. Okay, that's exactly his words were or her words were. Got it? Now apostrophe का use जो है ना, it's very important. They are used in two ways. I'll show you in this board. Apostrophe is used, one second, I'll change the ink because it doesn't show up here. Apostrophe का use, apostrophe is a comma which is like on the upper side. Okay, so when we have contractions, we use apostrophe, like do not can be made into don't. Okay, similarly there are many types of verbs like can't, cannot becomes can't. Okay, so that means this is an apostrophe. The second use of apostrophe is showing possession. Showing possession, that means Ram's book, that means the book that belongs to Ram. Shabana's anything, whatever, Shabana's bag. Okay, that means this bag belongs to Shabana. That means showing possession. Okay, so you should be aware how to use these apostrophe. Okay, and here also, whenever for plural words, plural nouns, you will be using, like for example, now if there are many boys in the class, boys is noise. That means so many voices. अगर आप ऐसे लिखते हो, if you put boys noise, that means there is only one boy who is making some noise, but here means so many boys are making noise. Okay, so apostrophe will come after s. That means you will not put like this, boys is noise. No, this s is not required. Okay, girls college, girls college. ठीक है, so that means all the girls, they can go to this college. This college belongs to girls college. This college belongs to girls. This is how you will be using apostrophe in case of plural nouns. Okay, the next one is hyphen. Now what is a hyphen? It's like a small dash. Okay, hyphen and dash, one second. So Let me change the ink because I won't be able to. Now a smaller for compound words जब भी आपके आते हैं ना, कौन कौन से compound words आपको मालूम है बताओ. For example, just let me know na a few compound one like come on, come on, come on, come on, give me one compound word. Nobody is able to give me any compound word. Come on, come on, मुझे भी नहीं याद आ रहा कोई भी कंपाउंड वर्ड, कैसे बोलूं. वन सेकेंड को सोचना पड़ेगा. क्या हो सकता है. Baby sitter. Okay, these are two words. One word is baby, the second word is sitter, so they can be separated with the help of this. Those words which go together, they are called compound words. अभी मेरे को एक भी माइंड में नहीं आ रहा है, and I thought आप लोग मुझे हेल्प करोगे. You are not able to help me. कुछ भी याद नहीं आ रहा है.
Foot plus ball, football.
Yes, yes, see, very nice. Football. So that means these are two words which are joined together. So sometime hyphens, they can be used. Some people they use. Okay. Sometime they use it, but मेरे को ऐसा वाला फुटबॉल तो हम लोग without hyphen use कर सकते हैं ना. Give me such words which require some hyphen in between. I'm looking for those type of words, not football, because football is something without hyphen we use, है ना?
Okay.
अच्छा, जैसे हम लोग ये करते ना, एक वर्ड मुझे अभी याद आया. लेट मी राइट इट फॉर यू. एक है हियर. ठीक है ना? गॉट इट?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, father-in-law, daughter-in-law, son-in-law, whatever. एंड बिटवीन टू नंबर्स ऑल्सो कभी कभी हम लोग यूज़ करते हैं. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोई नंबर है हमारा 20 and 5, 25 लिखना है हमको. 25. So we sometime use, though it is not important, sometime we write it also. Up to date is some एक वर्ड मुझे अभी याद आया, up to date. But generally nowadays it has become a norm that we don't even write any hyphen, but it's इस word में important है hyphen डालना, because it is something, otherwise it does not make any sense. ठीक है. आई थिंक इतने ही अभी रहने देते हैं. और हाँ, फॉर योर नॉलेज एक लिस्ट बना लेना कंपाउंड वर्ड्स विच यूज हाइफन्स फॉर देम टू मेक सम मीनिंग. नाउ वी विल टॉक अबाउट व्हाट इज अ डैश. लाइक डैश दो तरह के हो सकते हैं. वन इज अ स्मॉलर डैश एंड द अदर वन इज अ बिग लॉन्गर वन. सो लॉन्गर वन इज कॉल्ड एम डैश. ओके, and the smaller one is called n dash. Let me change the ink here. It is called n dash and m dash. Why is it so? Because you are aware of the fact that n लिखने में हमारा छोटा साइज जाता है, m लिखने में उसका डबल जाता है, right? So n dash means small dash and m dash means उसका लंबा. The size will be long. Just by keeping this in your mind, you will understand the smaller dash is called the n dash and the longer one is called the m dash. Okay. Now what is the need, it's basically the shorter one which is the n dash is used to mark ranges, जहाँ पे हम लोगों को टू वर्ड यूज़ करना होता है ना, with the meaning to, like for example Delhi to जयपुर. ठीक है. सो हम लोगों ने टू को कट कर दिया एंड वी यूज दिस एन डैश हियर, स्मॉलर वन. ठीक है. नाउ और दिस longer one is to use separate, like some information, extra information, so that there is a break in the sentence. For example, इसका जैसे कि it is mostly used in informal writing. It basically replaces the m dash जो होता है ना, जो बड़ा वाला डैश है, it replaces the comma. It replaces comma. ठीक है. और सेमीकोलन्स को भी कभी कभी हम लोग इसको इस डैश से रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं. इट रिप्लेसेस कॉमा और अ सेमीकोलन. सेमीकोलन क्या होता है? दिस वन इज कॉल्ड अ सेमीकोलन. और समटाइम ऑल्सो कॉलन. हाँ, समटाइम इसको कॉमा, इन सब चीज़ों को ये रिप्लेस करता है, लॉन्ग डैश विच इज़ ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एम डैश. ठीक है. और कहाँ पे यूज़ कर सकते हैं? It can be used, for example, कभी भी एक्स्ट्रा इन्फॉर्मेशन दी है ना बीच में सेंटेंस के, विच इज़ एक्चुअली विच कैन ऑल्सो बी समटाइम यूज इन पैरेंथेसिस. जो हम इंफॉर्मेशन डालते हैं ब्रैकेट में, उसको भी हम लोग ऐसे कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, द बॉय aged 16 was murdered by the dash dash dash. So अभी ये parenthesis को हम लोग ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, the boy aged 16 then comma was murdered by dash dash dash. So that means या तो इसको parenthesis को remove करेंगे, कहीं पे हम लोग semicolon की जगह पे भी ये long dash को लगा सकते हैं. This is called m dash. ठीक है. Now parenthesis, as you are aware, semicolon, colon is actually a punctuation mark. वहाँ पे whenever you are explaining something, when you are giving a list and then you are trying to give trying to talk about that list. Example, जैसे कि colon का example मैं बताती हूँ आपको. There are 4 डायरेक्शंस, है ना. और फिर उसके बाद हम लोग लिख रहे हैं ऐसे करके, एंड देन उसके बाद आप लिखोगे नॉर्थ, साउथ, ईस्ट एंड वेस्ट. ठीक है. सो दैट मीन्स अब आपको देर आर 4 डायरेक्शन के बाद यू आर लिस्टिंग दोज डायरेक्शन. सो व्हाट यू विल यूज? अ कॉलन. ठीक है. एंड देन सेमी कॉलन्स कहाँ पे लिखोगे? When there is a connectivity between a sentence. For example, the role of this punctuation semicolon is to show important pause in a sentence. ठीक है. And then there is also a continuity of the previous. It's like a comma and a full stop together. That means it is not a full stop. It is in continuation. That means comma का हमेशा what do we use? How do we use it? Comma is actually the sentence is not ended, but semicolon में you can see both the things are together. That means there is a full stop also, there is a comma also. That means though the sentence has ended, but the second part of the sentence that is coming after this semicolon is in continuation with the same idea. That means we will use a semicolon. Like for example, let me write it in this here so that you can easily see. For example, The sky was blue. No, blue. There was no sign of rains. So that means this sentence is though over here, यहाँ पे the sky was blue, but the next sentence is in continuation with the second sentence gets its meaning from the previous sentence. There was no sign of rains. The sky was blue, or otherwise you can also say the sky was grey. It was going to rain heavily. So that means it is in continuation. That means वो उसका meaning जो है ना, it becomes more clear by taking these two sentences together. Though the sentence has ended here, but the continuation is there. Okay, that way we use semicolon. Let's move on to the next one. Parenthesis, I have already told you. In some cases we provide extra information within a sentence. जैसे कि यहाँ पे मैंने बताया था आपको. Here, in this you, the boy was murdered by this. तो हमने बीच में extra information डाल दी थी aged 16. ठीक है ना? So that means we have to add extra information, or this can also be added with the help of these two things, but sometimes you can replace it with the help of a parenthesis. That is a small bracket, which is a semicircle type of thing. Okay, can I write it here? Okay, here, this is the way it is. Okay, and then it has to be closed. Now this type of bracket is called rectangular bracket, and it is mostly used in your mathematics. Okay, when you are writing in English, you generally we don't use these types of bracket. Okay, they are mostly used in academic writing, and when you are presenting the quotes, not otherwise. ठीक है, और या फिर हम लोग जब मैथ्स का सम वगैरह करते हैं ना, we put it like this, 2x plus 3y whatever, and then put it like this. दो ब्रैकेट्स हमारे ये पेरेंथेसिस भी मैथ्स में यूज होते हैं. मैथ्स में whenever we are using, we also use sometime curly brackets also. ठीक है, बट जनरली हम लोग इंग्लिश में ये वाला ब्रैकेट यूज करते हैं, पेरेंथेसिस उसको कहते हैं. और ये जब whenever we have to write, whenever we have to quote, or whenever we have to do some academic writing. ठीक है, otherwise we will not be using these types of brackets. mostly parentheses यूज होते हैं. एलिप्स होता है, आपने आजकल व्हाट्सएप में हम लोग ऐसे करते हैं ना, ऐसे 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 करके डॉट 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 डालते हैं. दैट मीन्स यू आर ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट दैट देर इज कंटिन्यूएशन ऑफ योर टॉक. ओके, यू आर गिविंग अ लॉन्गर पॉज देन योर फुल स्टॉप. ठीक है, एंड यू आर ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट सम मिस्ट्री इन योर टॉक. ठीक है, most of the time we have got this habit of putting these dot 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 in our WhatsApp chats. But while you are conversing, writing an email, you will not be using these type of things. Okay, you have to be very particular, because email is more formal. WhatsApp is an informal chat where you are on an informal note, you are with friend or somebody. And generally with friends you will use these types of ellipses, not with in case your WhatsApp conversation is a formal conversation with your teacher or with your senior or with your boss, then also you will not use these types of things, because this is something comes in the category of informal chat. Because with your teacher you will not try to create a mysterious atmosphere, you will not give long pause. ठीक है, now whenever you need to write a fraction, we use this type of slash. Or whenever fraction, so whenever it is mathematics, but whenever you have to give them alternative or choices, then we give this, like for example sun or moon, like this. There are just 3 types of incidences when you will use a slash. Okay, now let's, as I in my previous lectures, when I was talking about effective communication 1, when we were more on the verbal side, like whatever we have to speak, like where we have to pause, that time also I taught you about comma and other punctuation marks, because comma tells you where to stop. Okay, now here when in the first picture, when you see let's eat grandma in the first picture. So there is only apostrophe and exclamation, and there is one apostrophe here. ठीक है? So that means let's eat grandma. That means you want to eat your grandma. अगर हमने इसको यहाँ पे प्रॉपर बात करना है तो वी हैव टू से let's eat, then pause. Let's eat grandma. That means you are inviting your grandmother to eat. Here, let's eat grandma. That means there is no pause here. There is no pause here. That means let's eat grandma. You understood the difference? Though this is a very small difference, but when you are speaking, it makes a hell lot of difference. You don't want to definitely eat your grandma. Next is eat your dinner. That means simple. Eat your dinner. Now, if I say eat your dinner, definitely changes, no? That means you are dinner. Here, eat your dinner. That means eat your dinner. Eat your dinner. Difference हो गया. So we don't have to land it in such a situation where anybody can make fun of you because of your wrong pauses. Pauses are very important, but where to pause and how to start your words again, that will totally make the meaning clear to your audience. Now here if I say here you see we have used a hyphen or a dash. $25 bills, यानी कि $5 के $20 bills हैं. That means total कितना हो गया? $100. Okay, and if I say 20 और 5 के बीच में, so that means 25 का ही बिल है, $25 का बिल है, $25 बिल. यहाँ पे है 20 कितने बिल? $5 के. $25 बिल मीन्स $100. तो इसमें आपका फ़र्क पड़ जाएगा. सो वेयर टू यूज़, बिकॉज अगर आपने गलत डाल दिया सो टोटल मीनिंग ही चेंज हो जाएगा. दैट यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल. और जनरली इस टाइप में तो बहुत ज़्यादा ध्यान रखना है, क्योंकि मनी इज़ कंसर्न बाबा, यू विल बी मेकिंग लॉसेज अदरवाइज. नेक्स्ट, आई वॉन्ट टू थैंक माई पेरेंट्स, टिफनी एंड गॉड. ठीक है, यहाँ पे क्या हो गया? आई वॉन्ट टू थैंक माई पेरेंट्स. उसके पेरेंट्स कौन है? टिफनी है और गॉड है. दैट मीन्स हु आर द पेरेंट्स? सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस सेंटेंस यहाँ पे आपका पॉज आया ना. आई वॉन्ट टू थैंक माई पेरेंट्स. पेरेंट्स का नाम क्या है? टिफनी एंड गॉड. सो इज डज इट मेक सेंस? Whereas the correct word will be I want to thank my parents. That means they are my parents. Tiffany and God. That means these are three people whom I want to thank. 1, 2 and 3. Here it means that you only want to thank Tiffany. It seems that Tiffany is one of the parent and the God is the second parent. So that means only 2 people you will be thanking. Parents तो यहाँ पे गुली हो गए, because you have made it such you have written it in such a manner that it shows that your parents are Tiffany and God. Next one, man eating chicken. So that means a man is eating chicken. Now if you put a wrong dash here, man eating chicken, that means a chicken who eats man. So the whole meaning changes. So you will all try to work on it. Never put wrong punctuation marks, because that creates a mess. The other person who reads will not be able to get what you are trying to say. Now for example, here I find inspiration in cooking my family and my dog. Got it? That means you want to cook your family and also your dog. So उसमें आपको inspiration मिल रहा है. This sentence is totally a mess. Here you see it should be like this. I find inspiration in cooking my family and my dog. That means these are three things where you find inspiration in. See the meaning? How does it sound? Next one, a man. Perfect use of colon. If you will not use proper colon, then totally a woman without her man is nothing. That means a woman without her man is nothing. See, look at this woman who is without her man. She is looking depressed. और यहाँ पे this woman is feeling a woman without her man is nothing. So this totally changed the meaning of the sentence. That means here the man is nothing without her woman. A woman without her, the man is nothing. Got it? So the punctuations are very, very important because they can make or break a sentence. Got it? Now this is one practice exercise for you all. Please try to help me out. Read this. Here you will have to correct the punctuation mark. Wherever you see there is some mistake, please try to find out what is wrong here. Let's do it. Overall, the number of people living in the cities shown in the graph increased significantly between 1970 and 210. While the population of all 5 cities grew, some cities saw a much larger increase than others. For example, while Bombay experienced a 4.5-fold increase from 5 million to approximately. So, आप देख रहे हो, there's not a single punctuation mark here. Not even capitalization. That means letters which needs capital letter in the beginning, even that is also not used. So please try to correct this whole paragraph. Use punctuation. I'm giving you 2 minutes, okay? All of you. I'm giving you 2 minutes for this. Read it and try to find out where you will put, which punctuation mark will you put, so that the meaning becomes clear. Right now it does not make any sense. The whole paragraph, if you read, there is no pause, there is no colon, there is no full stop, there is no capitalization. Okay. I will give you the answer afterwards. Come on. Yes, now tell me, what should be the correct answer? What are the changes that you will make in this paragraph so that it makes some sense? Who wants to answer? Nobody? Okay, I'll help you out in this. Okay, I'll help you out in this one. There are more exercises. Maybe first exercise I'll help you, then you will be able to understand. So this is the correct answer. Okay, you know the first letter has to be capital, right? That means this letter has to be capital. Then you also are aware कि after this sentence gets over, so we'll put a full stop here, okay? And then again when the full stop is used, this letter has to be capital, isn't it? Right? So how are we going to write? While the population of all the 5 cities grew, now there is a pause here. Since there is a pause, we'll put a full comma here. Some cities saw much larger increase than others. Now again there is a break here, so what we'll do, put a full stop and again make this as a capital letter. For example, जब भी आप लिखोगे उसके बाद you will make a pause. For example, while Bombay, now Bombay is a noun, proper noun, so you will make it capital, experienced a 4.5 fold. Now 4.5, that means इसके बीच में you will be putting your hyphens, that is n hyphens, बोला en hyphen, that means smaller one. ठीक है? Increase from 5 million, यहाँ पे again there is a break. ठीक है? From 5 million, because यहाँ पे आपने देखा ना, for example, while Bombay experienced 4.5 fold increase from 5 to approximately this, यहाँ पे फिर से there is a break. Okay? Then New York, you are aware, New York is a city, so whenever you have a city like this where you have two words together, okay, so both the words will become capital. Saw a growth of just 3 million over 40 year. Now 40 and year के बीच में this, and then in the end you will put a full stop. I hope you have understood. This is the answer. Got it? Now I'll move on to the next one, next exercise, practice 2. Now hopefully you will be able to do it now. Come on, participate in the class. Very easy, na? See, this T has to be the 2 pie charts. Gave the percentage of total worldwide online sales for 5 years, 5 retail sectors. ठीक है? In 2008 and 2018. Got it? The overall trend for this 10-year period is clear sales in the films and music sector grew while sales in the other 4 sectors shrank. The travel sector saw the largest decrease, shrinking from 37%. Is there anybody who can help me out in this practice number 2? You want to just speak up? Because exam mein you will be getting this type of question where I may give you a paragraph where I'll ask you, please punctuate it properly so that the meaning becomes more clear. This is an important question from examination point of view. Yeah. Tell me. See, I'll give you the answers. Answers are not so difficult. कोई बात ही नहीं कर रहा है. What is wrong with you people? See, अभी आ गया आंसर आपके सामने. See, what are the things that you need to do? जितने भी highlighted dark है ना, that means वहाँ पे we have made some changes. ठीक है? देखो यहाँ पे देखो. ठीक है? Film and music. It's like a compound word which is used. ठीक है? Grew के बाद यहाँ पे pause आया, जहाँ पे आपने ये डाला. After shrank यहाँ पे there is a full stop and then this letter becomes capital, right? After 29% definitely there will be a capital, and यहाँ पे continuation and pause है. So these are the things that you will do. ऐसे है, अगर मैंने आपको एक ऐसा पैराग्राफ दिया, so how many marks इसमें आ जाते हैं? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and then 11. एटलीस्ट ये 4-5 मार्क्स का तो आपको मिल ही जाता है ना, 4-5 मार्क्स का. पंक्चुएशन का होगा. There will be an exercise in your exam, and this time please mind it, it is not going to be MCQ. It is going to be an offline test and you will be having a theory paper. Earlier exams were easy because MCQ हो रहा था, correct answer मिल जाता था. You have to just choose an option. Right now you will have to do it. Okay, now एक काम करते हैं. The third exercise is this one. Again you have to punctuate. Tell me, what is it? Firstly, जब भी हम लोग firstly और secondly करते हैं ना, तो प्लीज़ देखो, आपको हमेशा ध्यान रखना है कि जब भी हम लोग ऐसी बात करते हैं firstly secondly, तो we always use a even yes or no आंसर होते हैं ना आपके. yes I went there, तो हमेशा yes और no I don't like this. सो नो और yes के बाद हमेशा एक पॉज आता है. वैसे ही फर्स्टली एंड सेकेंडली और वॉट एवर जो ऐसे है ना, उसके बाद पॉज आता ही आता है. यू हैव टू डू इट. ओके, नाउ फर्स्टली, वाइल इट इज़ थॉट दैट ओवर पॉपुलेशन कैन बी सॉल्व बाय लिमिटिंग द नंबर ऑफ चिल्ड्रन. नाउ पीपल कैन हैव it would be better to limit the number of people moving from rural to urban areas. Now एक sentence यहाँ पे ख़त्म हो रहा है, which is where this is where यहाँ पे होना चाहिए था this is where the biggest problem lies. यहाँ पे फिर से एक sentence हो रहा है on many people are moving. तो आपने इस वाले paragraph में there are so many things you have used here. You have tried to do transition. Not only you have done punctuation, you want to add few linking words. Okay, so which is where यहाँ पे कितनी mistakes थी देखो, this लगा दिया उसके, this is where the biggest problem lies. Now यहाँ पे हम लोग यहाँ नहीं लिखेंगे because नहीं डालेंगे. Many people are moving to cities in search of employment. If the government tried to create more jobs in the countryside, the problem would be solved almost instantly. So there are so many things that we did here in this paragraph apart from punctuation. So what are those things? So after a linker such as firstly, जैसे मैंने बोला हमेशा firstly, at the beginning of the sentence we always use a comma. ठीक है. Now when you use the linker while or although at the start of the sentence, we need a comma before the clause. यहाँ पे जब भी यूज़ हुआ था, कहाँ था? while. तो नेक्स्ट आपका यहाँ पे कॉमा आना ही आना था. ठीक है. Now the sentence using while is long, so it is logical and necessary to have a full stop after it. The word this is used in order to divide the sentence and start a new sentence. The sentence is not long, but it is still considered complex because it uses where clause. Where clause कभी use होता है जब भी adverb clause होता है. This is the place where I used to go. I used to study. The sentence, the last sentence has two parts. Okay, joined together by using a linking word. So कहाँ पे है? I'm not able to see. Yeah, here it is. ठीक है. So that means two sentences have been joined by using the linking word so. So the first part is quite simple, जैसे कि है many people are moving to cities in search of employment. Now why? What is the reason? So that means while the second part in this is a conditional, so it requires a comma. So the government tried to create more jobs in the countryside, because it is as a result of people moving to the cities in search of employment. So in response to that, that is why we used so. And then afterwards we'll have to use a comma, so the problem will be almost solved immediately. Got it? So these are the practice exercises. If you want, I can, there are more exercises in my, laptop that I have collected, but I can send it to you only if you will ask me. In case you will ask me, you can direct message me. I will send you all those links.